Leo, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Now, this is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. It is your message. And if you're not a Leo and this popped up on your feed, yes, this is your message. If you're even just called to the title or the thumbnail or the card, whatever, if you're called to this in some way, it's because there's something here that you need to hear. It always shows up at just the right time, and this is where your message begins. Really an odd place. This is almost like unrequited love. This is like a sense of outpouring of love or an emptying of love, but it doesn't go anywhere, or there's a falling out of some sort. And then we have the Queen of Cups that comes in, and this is full moon. There's something about the full moon. There's a lot that's about to pop off in this full moon that we have coming up, I think, in the beginning of December. It's the beginning of December. So it's we have the new moon on the 20th. 10 days after that is the 30th. It's like November 4th. Yeah. So there's an outpouring of love here in a situation that maybe you thought was over, or you thought didn't have anything, or there wasn't anything that was going to come from it, or that you thought maybe there was this lack of love, there was a lack of interest, or a falling out of some sorts, unrequited, some kind of energy. Now, when I say love, it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could very well just be that the generosity faucet has been turned on. Somebody's being very generous. Somebody's being very unconditional, very giving. Opportunity coming toward you. But when it's cups, it would be opportunity associated with sincere feeling, like caring. Somebody actually gives, like cares, gives it. They actually care. So, this is an outpouring of affection, sort of something that's unconditional, something that's very loving, very, very giving, very generous at the very least. What's interesting is the Ace of Cups came a little bit before it. So I feel like not too long ago, you felt like there was a falling out of this situation, or that just something wasn't going to work out. But there were always feelings there that maybe weren't brought to the surface, or maybe somebody just tried to hide what they were feeling. This is Piscean energy. Maybe you're dealing with a Pisces, or maybe that has nothing to do with it, right? I don't want to, because Queen of Cups for me usually means Cancer, but Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, certainly water sign energy, or somebody that's just very generous, very giving, very loving, nurturing, maternal. It's usually a feminine energy. So okay, let's talk about the past. Remember, things only come out in the past if they're affecting. There was some sort of affecting what's happening today. Some sort of ambiguity. Some sort of, it could go either way. You weren't quite sure. You needed more information. You weren't quite sure about somebody's feelings. You weren't quite sure about what somebody really wanted or really desired. There was I don't know. You didn't know. And it's interesting that we have to get through the Mercury retrograde to get to because there's Mercury retrograde right now. So wherever you're watching this, it's being filmed during a time where there was a Mercury retrograde going on, and the retrograde will end at the end of November. So this is like, it's almost like it took the retrograde to bring something up, or to make something clear, or like to review the other options and make you sure you didn't want that, whatever it was. It clears it out, and then there's this big opening and outpouring of affections and emotions. You have all cups here. So this is very emotional, and this is, I'm happy, we're together, real true connection. Let me say this to you. If you tell this person that you care about them, it is one and done. And for whatever reason, you were thinking that maybe, there wasn't feelings here, or there wasn't potential here, if this isn't about relationship for you, there is a lot of potential here. On some level, you already know it. It has to be in that intuitive level, because as soon as the emotions come out, it's like, yes, oh my God, I can't get enough. I want to be with you so badly. Or yes, this is going to work out. You're the one that I selected or chose. This is like finding somebody who really cares about you and being in a situation with somebody who they want to build, they want to create. This is going to make the both of you very happy. An offer of love has to be made. And I love you has to be spoken. This may come out sometime just before the new moon. The new moon is coming up quite soon, so it's coming up on the 20th. So it's about a week from now. The new moon in Scorpio. So that is anything that has been repressed, because it's conjunct to the Mercury retrograde. I think it's like a 1 degree conjunction to the Mercury retrograde. So anything that has been repressed, that people have been afraid to say, afraid to show, afraid to demonstrate and let out, it's got to come out then. And when it comes out, you're going to be so happy, because it's like, this is the missing piece to the puzzle. This is the missing piece that I think you absolutely needed to be sure. Certainly that they absolutely needed to be sure. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of confusion happening right now. There was a lot of confusion happening after the moon that just passed. There was a lot of confusion. Somebody was very distracted. They were considering other options, or they thought they didn't have a choice. They had to consider other options. Somebody was very distracted by a lot of stupid shit, a lot of maybe frivolous worries. It could have also been a lot of delusions, wanting to keep their options open because they were scared. Somebody's been very distracted. It could also mean that somebody does have a lot of other options. And if that was discouraging for one or the other, then this is here to say, at the end of the day, the other options don't matter, or they were just, it's like they never found what they wanted in anybody else. They never found it. It's like it didn't satiate. And if you have been feeling like no matter where you look, whatever cup you look into, it's just not enough. It's not what you're actually looking for. It's not what you want. It's because there's this one, there's this individual, there's this person. So it's like that's who the offer has to be made to. That's who the communication has to come out. This is real feelings. Somebody was confused, or I think you were confused about what somebody actually felt. But now it's going to be certain. So we're talking about all these emotions, all these emotions, all these emotions. Now we have Pentacles, which is telling me that that's what's coming out, the Pentacles. This is real now. It's like not just what you're feeling or psychic connection. This is a real, it's something became tangible, right? And now this is a real offer. So a real offer of exactly what you wanted, that has a lot of value. This is what you've been looking for. And the solid, great choice, good decision. A decision is made. Something about maybe finances or resources coming into your life, or something that's just very valuable, and that they have chosen you, they've selected you, or you've chosen. It's almost like you may have to be the one that says, I've chosen, I've selected you. You know, maybe you've been confused. I haven't been clear with my feelings or my emotions. Okay. Good. We're good with that. Yeah. And now there's clarity. I don't think this is such a great reading. I could not be happier for you. There's some sort of communication and clarity. This has been tough. But it's like a truth had to come out. Right? That's what it is. The truth just had to come out. And it's just emotional honesty is what it is. And now there's clarity. victory in a hard-won situation, and then fire sign shows up. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is clarity in Sagittarius season. When the fire turns back on, it's like suddenly everything starts to make sense. Remember, when the sun is in Scorpio, it is not comfortable. It is not comfortable. This is when it almost has like a dark night of the soul. Like it has to go through all the things about itself that it doesn't like. It travels through Scorpio. It has to see the things that it's decided to put deep in the corners of the back part of the closet. And it has to like accept that again. And that's good, because this is the reincorporation of the entire self. And this is where we really love ourselves, right? Where we can accept those parts of ourselves, or even share those parts of ourselves that we didn't think anybody else wanted to see or could love. And this is the part of the process that you have to go through when the sun is in Leo. But ultimately, now we're coming back on. The fire is back on. You feel good about yourself, sexy, feeling sexy again, looking good, showing up, putting yourself out there for all to see. This is like really attractive too. This is Queen of Wands, like your fire gets turned back on. So this is the timeline. It's almost like this resurrective timeline. I'm sorry for the weird lighting. I'm not at home right now. Just trying to, let's lock it. Let's lock it in. Lock it in. Okay. It took me a while to get that little lock and what it meant. In reverse, there was Four of Wands. Not being together, breaking up. There's some sort of breakup. There was some sort of parting. Okay. I feel like somebody had to break up with somebody that their friends are going to be extremely happy that they broke up. Intuitively, you kind of knew this wasn't the right connection. This wasn't good for you, but you're going to be very happy. There's some sort of celebration that maybe you didn't get to, or no. I'm going to stick with what I first said. It's like people are going to be happy that you're not doing things the way you normally would, or that this is not the normal person, the type of person that you would want to be with, connect with, work with, fall in love with. This is off cusp in some way, but in the best of ways. This is kind of like, or you've had to break up with somebody and finally separate from somebody that you're very happy that you finally separated from. You're very happy that maybe you've been knocked off your feet, and this is a little bit destabilizing you right now. It's almost like the destabilization that you needed, but there's going to be some real happiness around the full moon. So if you've just gone through some sort of breakup or disconnection, there's this real sense of celebration or party or connection that happens around the full moon. Remember, I said the next full moon is on November 4th. So there is some sense, I keep saying November, it's December. It's December 4th. So there's some sort of celebration. Let me get the Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands in reverse? Because it seems like it should be upright. I don't know why. Because it took a while for you to see it, or for somebody to comprehend or understand it. And something that had been hanging on, or a vulnerability. It's like making magic out of vulnerability, putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to destabilize, to actually be happy. And then justice is here. So this is something that you're finally open to making happen to create balance and stability in your life. So it could very well be that, yes, you had to get out of one situation to get into the right one. Yeah, there was something you wanted more. And in the past, it's like you're getting back to something that's more authentic to you, something that's clear for you, something that you know you want, right? And maybe you haven't wanted it for a long time, because it seems like it's just clarity about what you've always wanted and what you really care about is just brought to the surface now, and you're starting to realize it. It's like remembering an aspiration, a dream that you always had, and it comes back. It's like it's still a part of you, and now there's ways to share it, show it, actually connect with it, or get an opportunity to do it or be with this person. Interesting. Interesting. Let's get a moon card, since there's so much energy surrounding that moon energy. Hold on. You're very close to achieving your goal. I could not have said it better myself, but adjustments will be required. So yeah, you're so close to achieving your goal, but you have to make changes where you've known you've needed to make them. And that's what that Four of Wands in reverse is. Changes have to be made to what you've established or how you've stabilized yourself. Changes have to be made to, it's like you have to adjust and make room. And in order to do that, you have to break apart some things that have been lingering, and they're just not right. They're not comfortable. It's like you're remembering what it is you really care about, what it is you really want. You're getting that clarity. Clarity has turned back on, but you've got to get some stuff and shift some stuff out of your life. Maybe we can get some insights into what stuff needs to be shifted. What stuff needs to be shifted? What stuff needs to be shifted? This is the secret. What you don't care about. If you walking away, remember the new moon is coming up. Look at the timeline. That's the new moon. New moon is happening on the 20th. So this is about admitting what you really don't care about, what you could really care less about. Like just admitting it, and allowing it to break, allowing yourself to walk away from it. Just didn't work. It wasn't what you expected it to be. And allowing that, and then being able to allow yourself to move away from that. That's the adjustment that's required, and that's going to happen around the new moon. So by the time the full moon comes, you are set for this real thing. I'm really excited for you. Okay, we've got to get, so let's get we're going to go to the extended, guys. The link is down below. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell, select all notifications, and then come on over to the extended below so we can continue this conversation. We'll get deeper. We'll do a romance specific reading. Yeah, there's something in the past. Ready to love again. You weren't ready. In the past, you were not ready to love again. You weren't ready. Somebody wasn't ready. You were not ready. You weren't ready to open yourself up to this. You weren't ready to make yourself vulnerable to this. You really weren't ready. That's why you were making the choices that you were making. So if this is about a love or a romance, it's like you were choosing the wrong people intentionally because you knew they weren't right. Because you weren't really ready. You're really ready. So now let's go over it. The link is down below. I'll see you.